What is your Tinder horror story? Well, I've only gone on one Tinder date. We talked for a bit and I agreed to pick her up at Starbucks. She looked nothing like her pictures, but I thought I should be nice and at least hang out with her for a bit. We went to her place and the entire house reeked like cat pee. Like saturated. Then as she proceeded to show me her massive collection of animal tail butt plugs, she screamed at her chihuahua and smacked it right on the nose and without missing a beat just asked if I want to make out on the couch. I awkwardly sat down and pretended to look at my phone and made up that my grandma was dying so I could GTFO. One of the many reasons I'm sad my Mima passed away. Oh my god, my grandma died, sorry I need to go. Easy. Noise. And if she calls me on it later, I can honestly say, I didn't say she just died. This guy asked me if I would be interested in dating his dad. Pretty sure that guy was a catfish of said dad pretending to be guy. Probably. The message he sent me was so weird. Don't leave us hanging. What was the message? This was a few years ago so my memory is a little fuzzy. Something along the lines of, hey, my dad looked over my shoulder when I was checking out your profile. He wanted me to tell you that he thinks you're really cute. He's been really lonely lately, would you be interested in going out with him? He's in his 50s. Here's a pic of him. Definitely was the dad. I wonder if he just took some random dude's pics off the internet or actually used his own son's pictures to catfish people. Talked to him for 2 weeks before we went out and no red flags so we ended up going out to dinner. I said I hadn't been out in a while because I was trying to save money for a washer and dryer. He told me instead of saving for that I should save for a boob job. I didn't even know how to reply so he followed up with, no it's not a bad thing, my sister and mom both had small tits and got boob jobs and they look amazing. This is all before the waitress even brought our drinks. I just got up and left. Maybe he should just go sleep with his mother and sister then. Maybe he already did. Met up with a Tinder girl at Dave & Buster's. She brought me there for a ducking pyramid scheme sign-up presentation. Guess I respect the hustle. Happened to me in college, but this was in the early 90s so no Tinder obviously. Met this attractive girl on campus, we had coffee, then a lunch, nothing ever physical but she seemed into me. One day she calls me, asks me to come by her office, I'm thinking weird, but okay. I go, she meets me and she brings me in this room, and there's about 10 other guys around my age all sitting around this conference table. We're all looking at each other with these WTF expressions on our face. Then the girl comes back in with her boss and the sales pitch started. I'm just loving the scene of a room full of guys all slowly coming to the realization that they've been honeypotted to a pyramid scheme presentation. This actually wasn't all that uncommon back in the 90s. MLMs were scum then too. First date, she wanted me to get into a bar fight with the perfectly friendly guy who'd bought us a round of shots that night. Why? Because she found out he was a Scorpio. Astrology chicks are crazy. I'm replying so my GF reads your comment update, Imgur.com. Mad lad. Matched with my BFF's fiancé after the engagement party. Screenshots of everything and lost my BFF because I don't play that. I was uninvited to the wedding. Marriage lasted 18 months. Edit, thank you for the gold award. Since so many have asked, I did not swipe right. I took a screenshot and asked my friend what she wanted me to do. She asked me to swipe right to see if he was active. I did and he messaged me asking to hook up. I told him off. He still wanted to hook up. I gave her all the screenshots. He uninvited me from the wedding because he was certain I would embarrass him. He was correct. I wouldn't sleep with my friend's fiancé, nor would I pretend that he wasn't a jerk. That's why the friendship ended. She was from a culture that required marriage before children. She was desperate for a baby and thought he was her last chance. He was running for a public office and wanted the smiling wife and cute baby. Yes. They both used each other. Edited to add, yes. They had a baby. Edited to add, no. He did not get elected. If I'm reading this correctly, you were uninvited to the wedding because you were a good friend and showed them that their fiancé was on a hookup dating site. He thought that I would embarrass him at the wedding. It is possible, because he was stupid enough to not only match with his fiancé's best friend but also, once I told him off for it, He still wanted to hook up, and he was running for public office. Shocking. I know. She just wanted a baby and culturally had to be married when popping one out. So your friend didn't know? Why did your best friend agree to uninvite you? She did know. She wanted a baby. He was her opportunity to have the baby she was desperate for. She would do whatever he wanted. Fresh off a breakup on campus, match with this really good-looking girl who is talking pure filth. Obviously I'm just an idiot with a hurt heart, so I don't question much. Head over to her place a few days later. She insisted I come over on a certain day at 20 o'clock. Usually I would have been sketched out, but it was the middle of the day on a B1G10 campus. What exactly could go that south? Half hour in, her husband came home. I was being used in revenge plot. No more Tinder edit. Dang, did not expect this much interest. Apologies for not checking back, haha. Anyway, I pretty much just froze and he started screaming at her in a language I did not speak, and she got out of bed and did the same. It was at an apartment slightly off campus where a lot students live, so I guess I just assumed she had a roommate that wasn't home. Never assume. I just basically embraced the chaos, grabbed my shit as fast as I could and hightailed it out of there. I can only assume it was intentional based on the specific meetup, but maybe it was poor luck. Either way, just talk to the cute girl at the coffee shop. It's much better than apps. I'd like to hear the rest of the story. What was she seeking revenge for? What did he do when he saw you? 3 of them played Uno together. Found a profile using a picture of me that was obviously ripped from my Facebook account. Come to find out, it was my ex-wife trying to stir up drama and problems between my current wife and myself. A single friend of ours texted me a screenshot of it. My wife is an intelligent woman and didn't fall for it. This became a horror story for my ex because this, among other shady things she had done, landed her with stalking charges and identity theft charges. Sucks to be stupid. Full story. The fake accounts was just the beginning. https www.reddit.com revenge comment 6q4q9 psycho ex-wife get served literally. Outsource share media meo sapit mamiosp. Therese, multiple accounts on dating sites all over the internet that for some reason use my pics. I got a message on Facebook a few years ago from a girl who was irate that I would pretend to love her so much, then talk about how much I hated her dead brother. Her dead brother was actually an acquaintance of mine. Anyway, I was able to track that particular user to be someone I did know in high school, but beyond that, Ike. Even to this day I get messages from angry women. How were you able to track them down? My partner's ex over the past 3 years has been making fake accounts of us, or fake accounts to try and insult us and ruin our relationship. But the accounts always end up being deleted. First date, we went to see a movie. She brought her sister along, without consulting me first, and I somehow ended up paying for both of their tickets. Bit of a doormat, old me. We went to see Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Turns out, neither of them had seen a Star Wars film before, nor had any idea at all what was going on. Awesome. Date ended at McDonald's after the movie with 1 hour plus of her eating fries one at a time, and her sister talking shit about basically everyone at her work. To this day I'm not sure what that date was even about. There was no second date. It kind of sounds like you were just their free shit ticket, bro. It's happened to me before too. She was a cute girl, we got burritos. She spent the whole time on her phone while I was trying to get to know her. She never even cared to ask what my name was. I got kinda snappy halfway through the date and said, "Wow, you really love your phone, huh?" Then she even casually mentioned, "I want to get another burrito for later, but I don't have the money." Then I said, "That sucks," and then left her at the restaurant. I felt so disrespected. Same that I left before the check came because I saw her Snapchat her friend more free shit and just spent the entire date on her phone. I said I was going to the bathroom and just walked out. I even drove us there. She messaged me later, "Why the duck did you leave me? You're a piece of shit." I had to pay for everything and then get an Uber home. I replied with lol. He gave me my first kiss. I didn't hear from him for 2 days. On the 3rd day he texted me that he had been arrested. Haven't heard from him since. Edit 1. Yes, I know for a fact he was arrested. It was confirmed by multiple other people, one of whom didn't know we were together. 2. He was arrested for getting into a fight, wherein he threatened to stab someone. 3. Yes, you can't text from jail according to hearsay, his ex bailed him out. This is sad but probably the lightest reply here.